by faith and not by sight. If he's not here, he walking by faith and not by sight. See, some of y'all got that new contraption in you. It's called that me GPS. Some of y'all need to get on that God GPS. When you understand that we walk by faith and not by sight. See, that word we is an incorporated word. That word we is a teamwork word. That word means that we walk with God. We're not walking for God. We're walking with God. We walk by faith and not by sight. Every time you lay your eyes on something, that's where the problem is. You got to walk by faith. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to my pastor. We're going to walk by faith. We're going to learn and lean and depend on Jesus. It says lean not on our own understanding. But we got the Diakonos. I told you, we got to walk by faith. You worried about what's going on out there. You worried about Donald Trump. You better worry about Jesus. If the world is divided, look at our congregation. You sitting over there, you sitting right here, you sitting over there. God's people that are called by his name.
You told me, God. Let me ask you a question. Do you think he's got a call on his life?
Yes.
Here, because he dropped the mic on me twice. I don't play that. Bless you, Obi. Listen, before we get into the word again, I'm glad in that last part that you mentioned about Trump, because I just want to share a few minutes before we start. And that is, I'm not led by the donkey or the elephant.
Amen.
I'm led by the Lamb of Lambs, King of Kings. And though we may not like certain things that have occurred, some things happen for a reason. And what we have to do is trust God. And then realize, as I told somebody, we are still responsible for our own village. I'm not disturbed by anything. And you may be, and I can't speak for you. But I'm not disturbed because I know who's in control.
Amen.
God is in control. And what makes me feel so good about it is that he has left me here to be a part of whatever he's doing. And the same thing with you. God has left you here to be a part of whatever he's doing. And I think that's fantastic. So I do believe, though, that the attitude that we have when we are faced with things, obstacles, or things that we don't agree with, I think that is very important because it's representative of village. And so someone asked me, they said, well, you're not upset? You don't think there's going to be a riot at church? I said, there better not be no riot at church unless they're rioting for Jesus. So anyway, I just want you to remember what we do and say. Our children are watching us, grandkids, and so how we model and how we accept whether it is success or defeat or failure, whatever. They're watching how we do that. Amen? Amen. And as a believer, okay, it says that I must trust God in accordance to whatever principalities or powers or those that be, knowing that God has so ordained things according to his plan, because it's going to work the way God puts it together. Anyway, I may not agree with it. A whole bunch of stuff God done let me go through I didn't agree with.
I know that's right.
He didn't even ask me my permission. Did he ask your permission for what you do? So God is good, and we just want to stay focused on that. Amen?
Amen.
Now, I really want to go into the Word and spend some time kind of going back to where we were in Colossians chapter 3 today. And before I do it, I don't know if anybody mentioned it. Did anybody mention Sister Collins?
Yes.
Okay. You know what I'm talking about then, don't you? When I talk about all the time that, from one Sunday to the next, you don't know. And that last frown you gave me might be your last frown. We want to be prayerful for Tracy and for the family. That's a tremendous shock. I am glad to see her in church.
Amen.
I really am, because that's mother.
Yeah.
That's mother, and that's a tremendous challenge. So we want to be prayerful for them and anybody else that we find who are in the grips of mourning. We want to be prayerful for them and supportive. Amen? Amen. Colossians chapter 3, just for a few minutes. Jesus, you call him back? No, you ain't answering the phone. Colossians chapter 3, verse 10. You got it?
Amen.
No, I said, hold on. All right, good. You have begun to live the new life in which you are being made new and are becoming like the one who made you. This life brings you the true knowledge of God. In the new life, there is no difference between Greeks and Jews, those who are circumcised and those who are not circumcised, or people who are foreigners, or or Scythians. Scythians it is. There is no difference between slaves and free people. But Christ is in all believers, and Christ is all that is important. God has chosen you and made you his holy people. He loves you. So you should always clothe yourselves with mercy, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Bear with each other, forgive each other. If someone does wrong to you, forgive that person because the Lord forgave you. And even more than all this, clothe yourself in love. Love is what holds you all together in perfect unity. Love is what holds you all together in perfect unity. Love is what holds you all together in perfect unity. Love, not religious affiliation, denomination, color, creed, love, universal thought he's given to us. And then he says, let the peace that Christ gives control your thinking, because you are all called together in one body to have peace. Always be thankful that the teaching of Christ live you richly. Use all wisdom to teach and instruct each other by singing psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs with thankfulness in your hearts to God. Everything you do or say, should be what? Should be what? And in all you do, give thanks to God the Father, through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen? Amen. You may be seated. So, last time when we finished and we were coming to a point to where that there are, in this transformation that we go through as believers, we need to understand that it's not a one-time thing, it's a continuous process. It is begun at the point of belief. So when I believe, I am then ushered in and received to the kingdom of God. I believe, therefore I am. Okay, that's a great challenge for us because we believe and therefore we doubt. But I believe, therefore I am. God, that's completed work. When we read, and Obi was talking about a while ago, about the cross, he came so that, and he fulfilled that. Everything is fulfilled. On the cross, he says, it is finished. He didn't say we're still working on it. He said, it is finished. What is finished? Remember, we were talking about that separation between God and man, sin. Okay? The disobedience that comes from a heart that is separated. We were separated spiritually, from spirit to spirit, because I'm a spirit person. I'm a spirit man in a body. Okay? So we were separated. Christ fixed that separation. It is never to be done again. Nobody can do away with what he's done. That's finished.
Amen.
Okay? Now my focus is living the new life.
Amen.
Okay? And I don't know much about it. Because it's an internal out thing. We love external in things. But it's an internal out thing. And when he talks about it, in order for me to really grab a hold to it, I have to grab a hold to a relationship with him. That means internally I have to change.
Amen.
In fact, I have to go back to like I was as a child. To the depth of innocence in my soul where there is nothing that separates God and I. That's why Jesus said, except to become as little children, which he was talking about, except you get to the point to where your soul, your spirit, your mind, your very being, right, is at a complete innocent state of being. There is nothing separating us. Except you get to that point, right, you cannot what? You cannot be a part of the kingdom of God. Now, for you and I can be working on that every day, all day, 24/7. Am I ever going to get there? No. I'm not. And I'm not because there's too much mess that's already there. There's too much damage that's already there. We have to pay attention to how we corrupt our children, people around us, because they don't learn those things that are broken on their own. They learn it from us. Okay? We have to be careful that we're not polluters of the soul and the mind. Okay? By our character, by our behavior. You want to really find out who somebody is, just listen to them long enough. And especially watch how they respond under pressure. You'll find out who they really are. Okay? Because when I'm under pressure, my character, my core comes out. If I'm a believer to my core, when I'm under pressure, that's what's going to come out. If I'm just faking and shaking, or if I'm weak, sometimes I'm not faking and shaking. I'm just young. I'm weak. I'm a new believer. I haven't gotten all these things that you have done. So my response is still going to be kind of carnal. Okay? So the transformation is important because I have learned how to deal one thing, which we call worldly. Okay? And now I'm learning how to deal with it from what? Spiritually. And spiritually, that's who I really am. I'm a spirit being. Okay? I get it twisted because most of my orientation, right, comes from the physical existence. So that's what I see, that's what I learn, that's what I do. Okay? And many of us are ashamed as a believer because if you get what we call too spiritual, people talk about you, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
You get to talk about Jesus too much.
That's right.
See? So write this down. So the first thing that he's talking about is there has to be a change in my psyche. I got to be renewed in my mind. Okay. The older I am, when I come into the conversion experience, the more polluted I am. That's why it's very good to teach children. You don't teach children they have to. You teach them what's natural for you. As a spirit being, this is natural for me. To love, to hug, to do whatever it is. It's natural for me. And children learn that that's natural. It's not forced. It's not false. This is the way we do things. Somebody asked me yesterday at a funeral service and was saying, you know, what do you think the answer is for us now? I said, we got to get back to basics. It's not hard. We made it complicated. He didn't. We're the ones that are all caught up on everything except understanding who we are. It's my whole purpose for teaching. And God has shown me I cannot live a delivered life until I know I'm delivered for sure. I cannot be strong until I know where my strength comes from. I can't be free until I know what freedom really is. Okay? As a believer, I get that from the Word of God. So I'm now in between two situations. Paul says in Romans chapter 11, I find myself in a struggle because I've learned the one thing, but now the person that I really am designed to be, now I'm learning that. So I struggle between the two. The carnal side of me, when you offend me, right, wants to hurt you. Okay, I'm the only one in here. I mean, that's just natural. I'm going to defend myself. The spiritual side of me, when I learn, I can still hurt you, right? But I hurt you in a different way. I'll pray for you. I'll pray for you and wait before God for you, and I'll never touch you, right? And leave you to your own destructive behavior, because I got to be careful that what's in you does not pollute what's in me. I got to be careful about that, right? So I'm in this transition period, and it begins, first of all, with my psyche. My spirit, once I believe, right, that transformation in God's eyes is done. Okay? It's done. If you think that I'm not telling you the truth, turn just over, right? Turn back to Colossians chapter 2. Okay? Verse 6. You can write down, if you want to turn. I want to make sure that we get this. As you receive Christ Jesus in the Lord, so continue to live Him. Keep your roots deep in Him. It's already done, isn't it? Turn to Philippians chapter 2. Just keep going backwards and you'll bump into Philippians. Can I just take my time? Okay, turn to Philippians chapter 2. Look at verse 5. In your lives you must think and act like Jesus Christ. Christ himself like God in everything. But he did not think being equal with God was something to be used for his own benefit. He gave up his place with God and made himself nothing. He was born a man, became like a servant. When he was living as a man, he humbled himself and was fully obedient to God, even when that caused his death on the cross. Man. Can I share a secret with you? Don't you tell nobody, right? I ain't got there. That's why it's internal. What Jesus displays is the total internal release and filling of God. I can't be filled with God until I totally release. That's why Paul did that list that we looked at in the first part of Colossians 3, because he says, since I'm there, I got to be rooted in him and I got to live in him, because I got to release. I got to get rid of all the stuff that's polluting me. I got to get rid of it, as much of it as I can. Some of it I need help with. I can't do it by myself. The reason why the Spirit of God comes to live in me is because of the fact that he identifies me. He's a marker. I am saved. Nevertheless, I still got polluted stuff. I'm still polluted on some ends, but I am saved. That means if God was to come right now, I have the mark of the presence of the Holy Spirit. He knows that I am forgiven, right? And wherever he is, Jesus said in John 17, wherever I am, that's where you shall be also, because you have given yourself to me. If you have trusted me without laying eyes on me, without ever really seeing, you have believed by faith that I am who I said that I am. And you weren't even born when God blessed you and freed you. But then he says, now I got to walk into that freedom. Am I making sense about it? I got to walk into that. That's new to me, man. That's new to me, man. That's new to me. That would forgive your enemies. Pray for those who hurt you. That's new to me. I'm not wired like that. I'm wired when folks get after me, I might be quiet. Don't take my quietness, right, for weakness, right? Is anybody here understand what I'm saying? Because I know in here we know to plot and get you. I'm going to get you. I promise you, I ain't praying for you. If I do, I pray God show me how to hurt you. Because I'm human. I don't understand the spirit part of me. I don't understand that I was made a spirit, right? And in a place in a body. I think I was made a body. That's all I'm driven by. Every appetite that we struggle with is driven by that body.
Come on.
Sid, you want to find out? You want to go to sleep? Open the Bible. The spirit of sleep will come across you. I mean, I don't care what time of day it is, right? You could have just got up and started reading. The Lord is my strength. You'll go to sleep because the enemy doesn't want you in power. Do you understand what he said is when I get to that transform part, when I go back and I look at this, and he said, when I get to that transform part and I understand I'm learning to live a new life, and I take the pressure off of myself, and I understand it begins with my psyche. The reason why I say that is my mind has to be open for what my spirit is going to receive. As long as my mind is closed, then my mind will struggle against what God is wanting to put inside of me, because that's where the pollution rests. It's in my mind. It ain't in my back. It ain't in my feet. It ain't in my hands. It's in my mind. When you messed me up and you molested me, you messed up my mind. When you broke me down as a child, you messed up my mind. Is there anybody in here that understands what I'm going on? You damaged my mind. God can't get through to my spirit because you damaged my mind. And I trusted you. You were supposed to be the example of what maturity is. God, I feel that right there. So many times we get fooled by people that we think are spiritually mature, and they suck us down the lane of ignorance before we realize they're not any better off than we are. As a matter of fact, the reason why they keep calling you is even in your infancy as a believer, you are stronger already than they are. And they've been going to church for years and years and years because their minds have not released and opened up for the will of God to become active. Well, I think, I'm glad it's happening. I think the older you get, the humbler you ought to get. I think if you're older and you still got hell in you, that means your mind is really messed up. Because this is the way I look at it. I'm 57. I don't think I have 57 more. I got more behind me than I got forward. That means I'm closer to my demise than I am to my birth. Is anybody listening to me? That means I ought to get foolishness out of my head, because I know I'm closer to the end than I am to the beginning. That's why you got to look at folks and say, I ain't got time to deal with you. I'm closer to the end than I am. Can I go here for a minute? I don't care how old or young you are. You still don't know where the end is going to be. That ought to be your attitude anyway. Man, I could be raising my leg up to kick you in the head, and then Jesus called me and they buried me like up my legs. Nah, I ain't got time. You know what I mean? Now, here's the reason why. Write this down. It begins with my psyche. Number 2, it begins with a lack of understanding of who I am. My mind has made me believe a lie. Everything that's been deposited in me, my mind now makes me believe that's who I am. And I can never escape it. That's it. You hear it all the time. But that's just the way I am. Mean, hateful, spiteful, full of evil. That's just the way you are. That's the way you want to be. Then be that. But don't do this. Don't lie on God. I hear up all the time. That's that's just the way God made it. God ain't made nothing evil. God ain't made nothing spiteful and vengeful and hurtful. God didn't do that. If he did, it ain't in the word that I studied. God didn't do that. The world made you like that. Whoever messed you up made you like that. God didn't make you like that. Give me a baby. Who trusts me with their baby? Give me this. Just see if you stay with me. What's up, bro? How you doing? It's good. Yeah, give me that. Ain't lying. Look at it. You say what? What you say? I look good with the baby. The devil is no. But look at the baby. Look at that baby. How can you call this evil? Look how he looks at everything. He just got here. Yeah. Everything is new to him. Yeah. As a believer, when you get that junk out of your head, you're going to start looking at life just like he does. Even the folk around you don't look the same way. Because God starts showing you, right? They ain't mean, they hurt. Say, come on. What's right? Right. You okay, man? Huh? Now look. Except you become as a little child. That's what born again means. Born again does not mean join church. Can I show you something? And I'm okay, because I'm about out of time. What time is it? What time the Cowboys play? You know you got to become Cowboy fans. See how quiet he is? Because he's looking at y'all like, where in the world? Now, I want to show you what he's talking about here, real quick. So come here, David. Come here. Okay? What's the baby's name? David. I know, that's why I did it. That's why I did it. They didn't know, but I wanted you to tell, right? Come here, David. Okay? You walk down there. Yeah, stand at the end of the steps. Okay? Right. Do we have another David in the house? All right, do we have somebody that wants to pretend like their name is David? I need an older guy. Do we have somebody that's not ashamed that you're old? Thank you, man. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, your name David right now. Okay, go get it. On the other side of David. Stand over there. One more person. God, this is so powerful. Larry, come on, go. Go on the other side of Michael. David, come in the middle. Come on. Come right here in the middle. This is good. This is my nephew, y'all. Can't you tell? Hold the baby's back. You don't even know how much trouble you in. By the grace of God. He look at me now, he began to figure it out. He's going like, oh God, Mama, what did you do? Yeah, we were comfortable, weren't we? Come on. Now watch this. Watch this. David. Back up, Larry. That's good, right there. Okay? David came into the world unpolluted. Okay? How old are you? By the time he became 19, he got what? Some pollution. How old are you, Mike? 60? You think he got some more pollution? How old are you, Larry? 64. You think he got some more pollution? Now, Nicodemus said, when Jesus was teaching, Nicodemus said, born again? How can I go back into a mother's womb and become this?
Come on.
Do you know how? Watch this. Go back, get rid of all the pollution to 19, get rid of all the pollution to 60, and get rid of all the pollution to 64, and all you got left is David one more time. Is there anybody in here that just got that I just taught you? That's born again. Even he got that one. Now you didn't. All right, baby, because I know how to take it right back where I got it from. I'm taking back to your mom. Thank you so much for helping me with my teaching illustration today. God bless you. Y'all give David some love. Here you go, brother. Make sure you get that sleeve right there, okay? Now, the reason why I did that is that was simple to Jesus, but it's complex to us.
That's right.
What I want us to see today is simple, but it's hard.
Come on.
Because there's some stuff that's in me I don't want to get rid of.
That's it.
There's some people that hurt me, I don't want to forgive them.
Come on. Come on.
There's some stuff that we deal with, we don't want it to change.
Come on.
How do I know that? Because if I want something to change, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get it done. When I don't put the effort in, that means I don't want it to change.
Right. Come on.
I pulled up to somebody not long ago and had a sign that said he'll work for food or whatever, right? I didn't have no work for him to do, right? So what did I do? I offered to buy him something to eat. He instructed me. He didn't eat no blank food. He needed some money, right? And let me know right away, I peeped his game. That's all I was doing, was letting him know. Been there, play, recognize game, play up, been there, done that. Recognize game, do you want me to get you something to eat? Right? No, I don't want nothing to eat, I want this. Okay, then guess what? I ain't giving you no dollar. You was going to get $5 worth of chicken. And you ain't nothing, not for me. Can I go here for a minute? God knows when we have game. God knows when we're serious about change and when we're not. Our coming to worship is a great start. But if I come to worship and shout all over the building, but then walk out of here and don't do anything else for the rest of the week to the next Sunday, that's game. You may not come back, but I'll be here next Sunday to finish what I'm teaching. And game recognizes game. And that's why the enemy is working in your life, because he knows it's about game. And can't nobody game better than the devil.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
You want somebody out of your life? I don't care how difficult it is.
Yeah.
If they keep polluting you,
Come on.
and stop calling God to tell God to get them out of your life.
Yeah.
He didn't bring them in. I managed to get in trouble at least one time on Sunday. Yeah, and I'll give y'all now. Tell me what pastor's talking about. Kick Joe. No, you kick Joe out. Don't kick Joe out. Maybe you need to go. Now watch. God, I wish I had more time. Watch. Can I show you one thing? What do I do about it? Oh, it's over here. Thank you, sir. You doing all right? Good. I'll show you one more thing and we're going to go. All right? The last time a preacher said that, he wrote 2/3 of the New Testament. No, I'm serious. Watch. Okay? Now, write this down. It begins with the psychic. What's the second thing?
Lack of understanding.
Lack of understanding. Okay? Lack of understanding. Which means that when you and I are, we're supposed to be pictures of the reality of what it means to be a believer.
Amen.
Watch this. To be a believer is just to be, right, what? A normal human being.
Amen.
To be a believer simply means to be a person, right, that operates in the original created state, right, as Adam was made.
Right.
That's what it means. We've added all this other stuff to it.
Amen.
Everything that God put in His Word, in the law, everything that God has put in His Word is simply saying, okay, I want you to know what normal and abnormal look like. Okay? It is abnormal, right, to abuse somebody that gave birth to you.
Right.
It's abnormal to not love your children.
Right.
And that's hard.
Tell them one more time.
I mean, no, I ain't gonna go there. Okay? It's abnormal to be able to see all these things we see in the world. Those things are abnormal. The reason why Jesus came was to show it was normal. And I give you an example, right? Everybody He met that was broken, right, He healed. Because to be healed is normal.
Right.
Ears are supposed to work. Legs are supposed to work.
That's right.
We're supposed to live, not die.
Right.
That means it was normal to walk on water.
Yeah.
Not like the preacher did, when they were fooling the guy. And they were out and they said, you know what? If your religion is so good, walk on water. And the other preacher looked at you and said, don't walk on water.
Yeah.
So one priest took off, walked on water. The other one went behind him, walked on water, came back. The preacher went, stepped out there, made about 2 steps, went bloop. And the other 2 preachers on the shore said, you think we ought to tell him where the rocks are? And some of y'all will get that name wrong. Because they weren't walking on water, they were walking on rocks underneath the water. And some of us think that walking on rocks is walking on water. But no, that is not living as God has said. When you are connected with God, you don't need no rocks. Because you're standing on the rock, and the rock will let you do whatever it is you need to do in your life. If you got that, please holler back at me. That's all he's saying. My prayer life changes because when I've gotten rid of all of that pollution,
Yeah.
I'm not talking to God and hearing you.
Oh, yeah.
Are you with me?
Yeah.
One of the toughest things for me has always been was to understand how much God loves me. I don't know about you. Maybe you got it right off. Okay? Because there's so much stuff that I've done in my mind makes me unworthy.
Amen.
So much. Stuff that I even told nobody.
Yeah.
What about you?
Amen. That's right.
Stuff that if someone found out about it,
My God.
it would disqualify you.
Yeah.
But what I've learned is God loves me, and I want you to remember this. If you say you love me, okay, that means you got to accept all of me. My good and my broken. I didn't say you could change me.
said you can not love me without embracing. That doesn't mean you have to like it. It means you need to understand where it comes from.
Right. Come on.
See, God knows where it comes from.
Yes, he does.
That's why God can look at any of us and forgive us.
Yes,
because he knows where it comes from.
That's right. That's right.
But it says God so loved the world, cosmos, the orderly arrangement, that which he had made, that he gave his son to be an example of what normal is, as he stood against that which was abnormal, so that those who have learned abnormality can be restored to normality and be normal again. And when you're connected with God, that's when other folk think you're abnormal, but you really are normal, and they get mad at you because the more normal you are, the more they abnormalities show up. The freer you are.
Come on now. Yes.
When you stop being intimidated by folks.
Yes.
And you are courageous but not arrogant. That's when you have assurance in your heart. You know who you belong to. That's why I had to let somebody know the other day. They said, oh God, that means everything's fixing to crumble right now that Trump is president. I said, first of all, he ain't even been sworn in. So I said, but this is not about Trump. This is about you and I. What are you doing for the village?
Yes.
All of my life, I've had to take care of me. They ain't written me a check. I'm 57 years old. I don't care who's in the White House. Ain't nobody ever sent me a check. But I do have a proclamation from Obama. I'll take it back. We got one on our anniversary. No, I want you to listen to me. And I said, what we have done is we have been trusting the wrong source.
That's right. Come on.
All of my help coming from God, who made heaven and earth. And if he tells me that he's got my back, I don't care who's in the White House, I'm more connected to the heavenly house of him. And God's got my back. I'm going to be a citizen and do my part as a citizen. But I don't worship at the shrine of the presidency. I kneel at the altar of my almighty God. And when I go to God in prayer, I don't care what's going on in anywhere. My God shall supply all of my needs according to his riches in glory. I don't care if Wall Street shuts all the way down. My God is still the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. Is there anybody in here that understands what I'm teaching? There's got to be a new you. Got to be a new you. I ain't worried. I ain't stressed. But where are you in your development?
Come on.
Are you still struggling with the same old things, just holding on to mess? Do you understand the only way you can have new things is to become a new creature? Come on, stand to your feet. That's the only way it works. And the first step to newness is accepting Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior.